Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, I want to talk about money and if it is the root of all evil. This came from a comment I saw on another YouTube channel. I love the stuff that Brian Rose does on London Real. Check it out. It's just at London Real on YouTube. And there's an interview he did with a financial commentator in the US by the name of Peter Schiff. Now, if you don't know who Peter Schiff is, you can Google him or look him up on YouTube. You'll see some of his videos. There's one where he talks to the 99% during the whole Occupy movement. And the thing about this comment is it resonated with this blog article that I wrote about 5 years ago, and I'll link it in the comments. And basically, the guy writes here in his comment, he goes, I hope the whole thing collapses, then most of the rich scum, will lose their money, they deserve it. Karma comes to everyone with no bias. All right, here's the thing. Money is not good or bad, money is just money. Let me enlighten you and explain to you where money came from. Thousands of years ago, when we lived in small villages and we were specialists, my last name's Cooper. Coopers were known as barrel makers. There were smiths that were, blacksmiths, for example. There were people that raised livestock, chickens, beef, wheat, garment makers. There were specialists in areas. So if I wanted to get shoes or boots made, I would go to the cobbler, he would make them. I might trade them for meat or chicken, or if I was a specialist at garments, maybe something like that. But the problem with that situation is one, meat spoils, so does wheat, things like that. Not everything lasts for a long time, has a long shelf life. The other problem is, maybe I need something from the blacksmith, but I'm a garment maker and he wants a chicken. So I have to take my garments, go to the chicken guy, and trade my garment for a chicken, and then take the chicken over to the blacksmith. Get it? So the reason why money was created was it was designed to store value. And it started with gold, obviously. Gold is a commodity. It's got a ton of value. And then it turned into currency. But at the end of the day, if I was working my butt off to raise, chickens or making garments, let's say, and I would create value in that effort, I could then store it in gold, which then became currency later on, money. And then I could use it to buy basically whatever I wanted. Now, this is true today as it was thousands of years ago. You can only earn money if you've created value in other people's lives. So what I mean by that is there is absolutely nobody out there that I'm aware of that is wealthy or rich, scum, that is actually scum. Yeah, the media portrays some people, these Wall Street guys that might have taken advantage of pension funds and swindled money, Ponzi schemes. Okay, that happens. You know what? But there's assholes in every industry. There's a bad actor everywhere. So just because a few people have been portrayed in the media to have been, scummy, it doesn't mean that money is the root of all evil or that money is evil. If that was true, then, a few of the richest people in the world, you've got Bill Gates, who no longer works for Microsoft. He's basically trying to give away all the money that he's made. And beyond that, Warren Buffett, who's like the second or third richest man in the world right now, gave 95% of his wealth to Bill Gates to add to their foundation to give away that money too. He's having a hard time giving away all that money to worthy causes, but that's the importance and that's the significance of money and the value that is shown to the world. It's not a bad thing. Money's a good thing. Steve Jobs made a ton of value for Apple shareholders. Bill Gates did the same thing for Microsoft and for the people that work for him that built the company up. The guy that wrote that comment on that YouTube video, I'm guessing you did it on a computer, which was invented by people that became rich. I guess scum, you might call them rich scum. But at the end of the day, you've got access to this new source of information where you can buy things online. You can communicate with somebody via email in milliseconds all the way across the world, something you couldn't have done 100 years ago. You would have had to have relied on mail being transported across the world. Now, you get to sit at a computer and do it. So the truth of the matter is, money is not evil. The creation of wealth is not evil. You can do a lot of good with money. You can give back when you've got a ton of money. I've said this to people before, they usually ask, well, when do you give back and who do you give back to? Well, you got to take care of yourself first. You can't do anything to help other people until you've taken care of yourself, until you've got a good life, until you've got sufficient cash reserves that you can go and throw at other things. So just remember that money is not evil. I think it's a good thing. And somebody that's accumulated a ton of wealth, it's usually not because they've inherited it. And if they did inherit it, it's usually because some of their forefathers were very successful at creating value and earning that money in other people's worlds as well. So consider that. I'd love to hear your comments in the video below on what you think of money. Is it evil or is it good? Personally, I think that if I'm able to create a ton of value for people and make them money or save them money or solve a problem and I earn money as a result, that's a good thing. That's my video for today. Peace. Boom. Done. Hey guys, what's up? It's me again. First things first, I want to just say thank you to everybody that's taken the time to watch these entrepreneurial tip videos. When I first set up the channel, I didn't envision myself spending this much time talking about experiences that I've had and giving tips that I think you'd find beneficial. And the feedback from people, especially those that have left comments in some of the videos, have really blown me away, like extremely kind things. So I'm extremely grateful to everybody that's taken the time to watch those and comment on them. And those that have shared them with their, I guess, friends and family on Twitter and Facebook and whatever. Running into a couple of problems right now. First of all, I've only got a limited amount of time to shoot these videos, and I've got my businesses that I'm also working on as well. But this is a passion of mine, talking to entrepreneurs, and dealing with cars, obviously. But I'm getting people asking me a lot more questions now, and I can't respond to them all. And a few other concerns I have is I need to be able to interact when questions come up, like what's the question? Okay, let me ask you a few questions to understand what you're dealing with, and then give you the best possible advice that I think that you get the most value from. And the other thing that I'd be concerned with is I don't want to divulge any of your trade secrets in a public video on my YouTube channel. So if you're dealing with a specific problem in your business, what I'd encourage you to do is there's a service that I use called Clarity.fm. They have an app for Apple. It's not available for Android, unfortunately, but I'm listed there. You can book a call with me. You can actually book calls with tons of experts like Mark Cuban. He's like $1,500 a minute though. But you can find me there if you want to get specific answers to specific questions that you might have. So I'd encourage you to check that out. We can engage in one-on-one dialogue, and if there's something that I can help you with, I'll definitely do that. If not, I'll probably send you off to somebody that I know would be able to help you. So check that out. I'm going to continue to put out videos for you guys, at least on a weekly basis, with entrepreneurial tips that I think that'll appeal to a broad audience. If you have specific questions to your specific business, go to Clarity. You can still message me and ask me a question or ask me to do a video. And if I feel that it's something that will appeal to the broad audience on the channel, then I'll do a video. But thanks so much. I really do appreciate you guys checking out these videos and especially throwing comments and sharing it. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Peace.